Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Diance and the Cacoon of Destruction. Now this is out from Manga Entertainment, so you can buy it straight away in the shops. Link in the description where you can buy it, and yeah. Now I thought I'd review this because it's been a while since I've talked about Pokemon, so why not do it with a Pokemon film? So let's jump straight into the review. But if you like this content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And let's just jump straight into it. Now I have to admit, the first time, every single time that I watch this, I feel like I'm watching it for the first time. I'm like, huh, have I seen this before? Is this like the is it Volcanion or whatever? Like I feel like this. I feel like Diance has kind of joined in other films before, so I keep thinking, like, have I seen this one before? Is this new? Have they crossed over? I don't know. Yeah, I finally watched all of this, and it's up and down, let's say that. Basically, this entire film is about Diance coming along, which is an event Pokemon which they only put in the game so you can go, oh, I really want to catch her to add to my collection. Now it's all about the thing called the Heart Diamond, which is a power source for Diance's entire kind of race and stuff like that, or for the fellow Pokemon. And the fact is the original one's gone and the person who made it isn't there, and or they can't make it anymore, so she has to learn how to make another one so that the kingdom can survive. And this is mainly, I think, through the X and Y saga, so obviously it's going to have the X and Y legendary Pokemons in it, which I think you don't really hear about much after this film and after that series. Never announced again. Not like Lugia, which is pretty much in most films now. The kingdom is called the Diamond Domain, and obviously it holds all the kind of characteristics and all the Pokemon around that area. Pidgeys, Oddishes, and stuff like that. All forest Pokemon, all wanting to survive. Now, when this film opened, I believe it is pretty much any sort of time a film comes up, they want to plug in the original sound, and they do it really well. I've got to admit, I really do like the extra stuff they put in, it's the rock version of the original theme tune. They show off battles and stuff and mega evolutions, because this one was saying, hey, you need to use mega evolution for this, etc, etc. And I love the intro to most of the Pokemon films, because it gets you pumped up for pretty much disappointment. I'm only joking. Some films yay, some films nay. All the way through this thing's telling you a story. Diance has left her kingdom. She's obviously finding one Pokemon, which I'll mention in a bit, to help release her power so that she learns a little bit more, and that is absolutely fine. So when it kicks into the intro, you see the kind of a mixture. You see Ash battling, and then obviously mega evolutions, and then obviously you see Diance being chased by Pokemon that are using Greninja and stuff like that to kind of capture her, because she has this power to make diamonds, so therefore everybody wants her in this. Everybody does, and that's the kind of main key option in this. At this point, Pikachu picks up that Diance is in trouble and thus therefore rushes off, which then forces Ash into this film where, yeah, again, if you didn't know, boom, it would have been absolutely fine. And again, maybe the film would have been a bit different if Ash hadn't assertively put himself into that situation. Diance tells Ash what needs to happen. They need to meet Xenius, something like that, which is the deer Pokemon. And then obviously she'll gain the power of this Pokemon, and then unlock her inability to do stuff, to actually make these diamonds, etc, etc. Now, it wouldn't be a Pokemon film without Team Rocket, and I absolutely adore Team Rocket in all these films. I just generally think that they're more interesting because they want to be there, but they're kind of bumbling fools, but they're the best parts of this. I generally really love their interaction with Diance and stuff like that, because I generally felt like this was a great thing. To me, I was wholeheartedly just hoping it was just going to be that. Now they kidnap Diance, and then they move over and they want diamonds. That's all they want, because they know it's going to gain them more power and stuff like that. So that's the entire thing. So Diance makes all of these diamonds, but they just disappear. Now, if it was open during night, I would have cashed those diamonds in as quickly as possible. But I generally thought that they stayed there for a long time. But, as soon as Diance makes them, within say 5-10 minutes, they all just disappear. And I'm like, oh, why? But obviously, if you can create smaller diamonds, then obviously a giant one, that would be a lot better. but obviously not in this case. Pretty much all the bad guys in this have starter Pokemon that are max levels. They've reached their final evolution. And it's fine, but then obviously the one that has the grass Pokemon, you just generally kind of think, why? Like, you know that they're bad guys, they're masquerading as good guys, but they're wholeheartedly just being bad. And it generally annoys me because none of them, I don't think they actually give any reason to why they want Diance. It's like, is it because they need the power? Is it because they want to be rich? I don't think they normally say anything. It's just, we want Diance to come with us, and that's it. And you're like, what? Like, generally, what? It gets a little bit frustrating after a while. Now, I noted down here, and I can't remember at the moment, but I write stuff like, in all balance, the gang travel and soon find Xerneas, but we get some high action when the gang runs into the thieves. Pretty much, we see all the new starter Pokemon at their final evolution. When everyone meets Xerneas, they all get the power, and Ash annoys me. I feel the power! God damn it, Ash! So I'm guessing he just goes, I can feel the power. It's just like, shut up, Ash. No one asked you. No one cares. Go back to catching Pokemon. So everyone kind of gets flung into this water at some point, which then brings up the Cacoon of Destruction, which, to be fair, has no real main point. Like, if it starts off with him, like, everyone giving this Pokemon the power. It bursts out of its cocoon. It flies around. It turns the whole place to kind of stone. But I feel like it has no meaning. You take that whole element out, and you pretty much have, it doesn't add it in a way. Like, obviously, when Deoxys like mega evolves, that's when it does kind of add a little bit to it. But I feel like it doesn't, like, that Pokemon doesn't need to be in it. It could have been a bigger mess. Like, I don't know, you could have had like the three thieves team up and all the energy from the Pokemon go down and destroying it. That's what I feel like it could do. But it irritated me. And one part in this is because everyone turns to stone. Pikachu turns to stone. But he gets turned back really quickly. Like, oh my god, Pikachu! And you're like, oh, okay. Like, with all the other characters, there's no build-up. You don't feel anything. And especially since they keep using this trope over and over again, turn Ash or Pikachu to stone, there isn't a, oh my god, like the first Pokemon film. You see that, you think, dear god, I am sad because Ash got turned to stone. But in this, oh no, that's particularly it. I think the only thing you could see in this is that Team Rocket, when they get turned to stone, that's where you have more emotion because they're just good guys masquerading as bad guys or not knowing. And I think that's one thing that really kind of irritates me a little bit. It's like they are good guys, and that's particularly it. I can imagine, like, for example, talking about Pikachu turns to stone, I can imagine that this would have more of an effect if, say, for example, that the how do I say, like, if Pikachu was turned to stone for a lot longer, I could wholeheartedly understand that. But it doesn't, and it just doesn't make an impact, so it was just pointless. You know, he's turned to stone for 2 seconds, and it's like, oh, everyone's restored, cool, bye. Oh, it irritates me so much in this film. To me, this film is really boring. Like, there is hardly any action in it. There is nothing here that makes me go, I really enjoyed this film. I feel like they wanted to try and pull on the heartstrings. Like, you know, some people got turned to stone, some Pokemon got turned to stone. You know, and it's that whole kind of like, oh, the power in you can awaken. Like, I get that. But I generally really don't like this film because it's boring. The animation's fine. The sounding is fine. But I just generally think that this is a 100% boring film. Like, you want more from it, and especially since it's a big thing and introducing the X and Y legendary Pokemon, you just feel like one Pokemon is there to be like, I give you the power if you look inside yourself, and the other one is just like, I'm going to destroy everything because I have no chill whatsoever, and I am not going to speak to anyone. I'm just going to turn everyone to stone and destroy everyone, and that's particularly it. And it just irritates me so much. The story is boring. Like, the story goes nowhere, and it feels like this is a thing that you could do in an afternoon and be like, oh cool, I caught that Pokemon in the end. Awesome. That's it. And I just wish there was more. I wish there were more fights. I wish there was more entertainment and stuff to actually keep me wanting to listen and want the story a lot more. But for what we get, it's just boring. Now, I get with every single end of the Pokemon films, there has to be a sad, you know, or inspiring song where it's like, the power is inside you all along, just look inside yourself where you belong, the power comes out to you and shines with all your friends are the ones that help you through this, something like that. Made that up, but it's just generally like, you think that you'd want a bit of a, you know, kind of an exciting song, not something that is just literally boring, that shows like every single person being like, oh my god, there are other ways we're doing this. I just feel like the end song just irritates me a lot in pretty much most of the modern day Pokemon films. You know, I don't want to look for the power inside of me, I know it's there, but I don't want a song to be like, it's motivating, it's uplifting, and I'm going to go out into the world and I'm going to be someone's friend and I'm going to help and I'm going to do this. It's like, cool, I will do that normally, I just don't want a song to tell me. And just think about this, just annoys me. And one thing that really irritates me is that Ash, I've not seen him catch anything for a very long time for his own personal sake. And you kind of think that he may have tried to catch a legendary Pokemon, the one that's destroying everything. Ash, go for that one, because no one cares. You're not going to make friends with it. Throw a Pokeball, catch it, use it in your team forever and ever. But I feel like Ash in this one is just literally, he forces himself into situations like, hey, we're friends now after we met for 3 seconds. I'm going to help you do everything. Are you going to help me? Ha, no. But this is cool. Oh, I just want him to catch Pokemon at some point. It's the same formula all the time. He meets someone, he helps someone, he walks off, and you never see them again. Never see them again. So would I recommend this film? No, I would not. It is one of the most boring Pokemon films that I have ever seen, and I generally really don't like it. And yeah, it's, if you want a cool, if you're a collector of Pokemon and you want other films, cool. I wholeheartedly get it. But if you're just kind of casual and you just kind of want to catch something, I wouldn't rent it. It's that bad. I'm just saying that. But I am gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts? Oh yeah, it's the whole thing of like, so there is a gem, like Diance gives a gem to the little girl. I can't remember her name. And it's the first one that they made that doesn't disappear. And she turns around and says like, oh, I'm going to, I'm going to keep this for, no, I think it's Diance says like, you should keep that for our friendship and stuff. And it'll be 100%. And you'll always remember me when you look at it. I'm like, okay, that's quite cool. That's a very nice thing to say to her. But then the girl gives it back and says, actually, you keep this for the first time that we saw this. And I'm like, oh, she can make her own. Like, I understand the sentiment of keeping it for the first one that you make that stays and doesn't disappear, but I would have rather have kept that with the friends, that they could always look back. And like in other Pokemon films, you could see the gem in the back corner if it goes to the bedrooms, or it's on them, or she could have turned it into like a necklace for, or something for the others, that they could have it, that it would always be there for them. It's just a waste. It just annoys me. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts about Diance and the Cacoon of Destruction? Would you get this film? Would you not? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.